Bonjour, bonjour, le retour ici sur le plateau télé des Soundaise. Il fait beau et c'est génial, ça sent bon le sable chaud. Et là, ça va être une interview un peu bizarre dans le sens où on va switcher dans une autre langue. Parce que monsieur à côté de moi ne parle pas français, il a beaucoup de chance. C'est une langue difficile à apprendre quand même. Le monsieur parle en anglais. Et ce monsieur est le CEO d'une marque qui s'appelle Meze. Et ce sont des casques extraordinaires que la plupart des journalistes adorent, que tout le monde adore, c'est génial. Et on a la chance d'avoir le bipède ici, donc je vais switcher maintenant en anglais. Bonne chance, ça va être sous-titré au cœur. Hello sir, how are you?
Hello, great to be here for the first time in Paris.
First time in your life? No.
First time in Paris, first time in France.
Oh my god.
Although I did French in school for 8 years.
Yep.
So I speak some French, but I never came to France.
Speak some French and let me
un
talk
petit,
English.
un petit, yeah.
Because you want to annoy me. I know you first. Then you are the big boss in this company. Can you, yes, say yes.
Yeah, in a
yes,
way.
He is a big boss. Can
big
you
boss
tell
in
me
a
more?
small company.
You're gonna hang this video.
Yeah.
People must know this one. This one is your masterpiece. Tell me all about your brand. Where do you come from, sir?
Yes. So my background is industrial design, and I was developing different kind of product from sport to medical equipment to
in your own country. I mean, you are which country?
Around the world. I worked in New York, LA, Amsterdam, Prague, Bangkok, and Delft. So I worked many places, different kind of products. But I always had a passion for art and music. So I always wanted to do something related to that. And at that time, in around 7 years ago or something like that, I was into headphones. I was traveling a lot, so I always needed personal audio because traveling every 3 months means you never had enough time to establish yourself, to have a nice stereo. So the headphones was my world. So at that time I realized that in the world of headphone, there is nothing that...
Be careful to what you say.
Yeah.
There's some professional here, they're going to kill you.
There's very good gear, very good
gear.
Black
yeah.
plastic headphones.
Yeah, thank you.
But,
thank you for that.
But the issue was that I had a Fender guitar, a Stratocaster. I loved it. I still love it. Every time I look at it, it makes me want to play it, just looking at it. And I have a connection with it. And I realized that I would like to have something like that from headphones, because headphones you wear on your head many hours per day. At that time I was using them in the office, on the street, who knows, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours per day. And the headphones was just a simple black plastic shape, which I couldn't connect emotionally. So I wanted to create a headphone which, through its design, material, quality of build, would give me the same kind of feeling like my Stratocaster gave me. That feeling of intimacy and familiarity and connection.
Like a part of you. It's going to be a part of you.
Exactly.
Entirely.
Personal.
Personal.
It's personal audio, so it should be personal.
Yeah, I understand. So this was your first product? This
before this, I did a lot of experiments.
Yep.
Some people know, some people don't. Before this was launched 2015, but I started experimenting on headphones around 5 years earlier. But at that time, there was I had no budget for starting a new product, and I didn't really have the mindset to create a company. So I was just taking existing products, tweaking them, kind of like car tuning, you know, unprofessional car tuning, where you put a fender or a bumper or something, change the sound, enlarge the cavity, play around, very basic stuff. But by doing that, somehow some people liked even those products, which were, at this point looking back, they were not great. But it was where I learned. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after 4 or 5 years, we released this, because during this time I started designing and then slowly manufacturing this product, and this took over 2 years.
Sorry to stop you, but R&D, it's entirely yours? I mean, you work with companies around the world, or is it in your country, the R&D?
For this?
For
yeah,
this
yeah,
one?
This is only me, because my profession was product designer, so I was quite familiar with
designer, but
with designing.
Inside you got drivers, you got everything. I mean, everything is built.
It's built to
R&D
spec.
people to do that.
There is, for headphones, a lot of ways to use drivers. You can build it from scratch, but for that you need an entire lab, a facility, or you can take existing structures and then adjust certain components. So you would do a custom membrane, a custom coil, custom magnets, and then you achieve in the end a unique product, but it's not from ground up built by you,
Okay.
which is not even realistic. I think very few companies build drivers from the ground up, very few. Like you could count them probably on one hand. Most of them do some kind of customizing of existing parts.
Yeah, I understand. I know the process.
Yeah.
I know the process.
Yeah.
Then this product came. I mean,
Yeah.
on the market, it was a huge surprise for you. I mean,
For
the
me
success,
too, yeah.
It was just amazing, incredible. I was so shocked. I mean, by that kind of product. It was not that expensive. I was surprised by the price. I mean, the price was a computer. It was insane.
Yeah, I'm not a
Was it a
businessman,
mistake from you?
so,
I mean, more or less. I mean, it was crazy to put
Yeah.
that kind of quality at this price. This is why
Yes.
this was such a success.
everybody always thinks it costs more, and,
Yeah, I
and
did.
actually it should, but I didn't know how to set the price, and I set the price as low as I could.
Then you are poor.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
say
yeah,
we're
let's
not
just say
making
it's a poor man.
a fortune of this, but it helped build the brand.
Yep.
And because we're very, our company is very self-sufficient, and we didn't ever take any investment. My goal was never to grow a business. I wanted to do headphone as a passion, and then somehow it turned into a business very organically, very naturally. And this allowed me to do it as I wanted, without any external pressure, at a slow pace. And even let's say financially it's not exceptional, but in time it adds up, and you can slowly develop more products.
It's really your product. It's totally personal,
Yeah.
personal audio for your
This
product.
one,
You
yes.
get this one, you get another one after that, and now you've got a new one, a new product. I'm going to talk about it because
Yeah.
I'm very, very interested. I'm very curious. I'm a journalist, you know, and
Yeah.
I've seen this one. It's totally different. It's a huge
It's a
gap
big leap, yep. It's a
between
very
that
big
kind
leap.
of thing and this one. I mean, can you
Yeah.
tell me it's another technology? Everything is so different. I mean,
Yes.
can you explain to
There
me
is
why you
a
do
lot
that?
going into this headphone. So, because I'm a product designer, my dream was always to create something as original and as my way as possible. So, always when you design products, from my experience, you always have very clear limitation. You have deadlines, you have budgets, you have all kinds of restrictions, you have a certain style imposed by some marketing team that did some research. So oftentimes you will find big companies who have great resources, that they will put products which are not as good as actually they could be, because besides their development team, which usually must be great, there is also other factors, the business department, which always limits you. And that's the truth.
You're in chain, more or less. And
Yes,
with that kind of
but-
product, you do it your way. I mean, I understand from the beginning. What kind of product is it? Is it the same kind of driver as this one? I
It's
mean,
very
is it-
different,
Okay.
and we managed to do this product because we found a very good technology partner to collaborate with. The name of the company is Rinaro. They're actually a Soviet-era research institute from Ukraine. They used to develop planar drivers. They still do.
Can you explain what is planar? Because
So,
people must need to understand what is the difference between a driver as we know it.
yes.
an
This
average
is
one,
a
a planar.
oversized. This is an oversized model of the actual membrane that's inside this driver. It's actually isodynamic driver, and this is inside here. It's called a hybrid array isodynamic driver. Why we call it hybrid is because it's got two trace pattern areas. The top part is switchback. The lower part is circular. It's spiral. And the top part is more efficient on low frequencies, while this side is more efficient on the high frequencies. The reason we did this is that, I'll open up the driver. Your ear hole, your ear canal falls somewhere on the lower part, somewhere here. So what happens is that through this structure we manage to funnel in the high frequency sounds straight into the ear canal before they get to bounce around inside the ear cup cavity, which is like a small room. Thus,
It's totally magnetic, that kind of thing. I mean, when
yes,
you put it here, it's magnetic.
This is a ferromagnetic mesh, and this attaches actually to the driver,
To the driver.
to the actual driver
Does it have
magnet.
any effect when you put this here on the driver, or no effect?
It has, actually, they work together.
They work together. Is what I wanted to
Yes,
hear.
it's very original. Actually, there's a patent for this by Rinaro. And the magnets themselves have a stray field, right? The magnetic arc, the magnetic field. Usually when you put it on your head, that field basically is inside your head. But this mesh pushes it back. It pushes back the stray field into the driver, and thus increasing the efficiency actually of the driver.
Every time you're doing it. Okay,
Yep.
it's great. I mean, it's a product that's going to be available, I mean, at the end of the year, at what price? I mean,
We're trying to make it available this summer.
this summer?
Yeah, we're still having some very minor things to tweak.
Yep.
The design is frozen. It's pretty much ready.
It's going to be like that. I mean, definitely you're not going to change anything on the design.
The color
I think
is.
it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful.
We have maybe 2-3 colors we're thinking about.
Yep.
One is a dark, discreet one. One is with copper color, and one is silver like this. Because at many shows in Japan, in New York, people really love this silver color. This one also highlights very well the aluminum
Yep.
parts, because actually there is 16 different components, and they're all made by CNC. This is a aluminum block, and you can see it's all machined. So every single component is individually machined, one at a time. The whole process is very long, but the result is a very high precision frame. We call it the aluminum skeleton. It's very light and strong, and it has also a finish quality that you cannot achieve with other methods.
Regarding, I mean, the characteristic, I mean, technical parts. I mean, is it iOS compatible, 24 bits and everything compatible regarding the range frequency?
So first of all, about wireless, right?
Yep.
Yes, it's not built to be used wireless. It's a high-end, full-size headphone.
I'm not talking about wireless. I'm talking about the product by itself. I mean, is it iOS compatible?
Yes, actually, the frequency range goes all the way from 10K up to 110.
Yes.
So that's crazy
for the bats, you know, for the bats in the cave.
Most measurements devices cannot even measure that.
Yep.
But the reason it goes that high is because the membrane of the driver itself, besides the structure, it has a very special treatment that is confidential. And this is the development of Rinaro. They are doing this for 30 years, so they're very specialized and have a very refined approach towards membranes for isodynamics. And the fact that it can go up to such a high frequency, it's proof that it can reproduce micro details with very good accuracy. What happens is when you have a strong signal right away followed or preceded by a very small signal, then the stronger signal would always drain out, would swamp, let's say, the smaller signal. And the fact that this goes so high in frequency proves that actually it can reproduce a stronger signal and next to it a very small power signal at the same time.
I understand. Then it's going to be, I mean, at the end of summer, you got any idea of the price of this product? I mean, any idea?
Yes,
I mean, the scale.
An idea. It
3, 4, 5,000?
Somewhere between 3 and 4.
Okay, it's going to be, I mean, for the guys, I mean, who are your fans all over the world, it's going to be a big shock.
It's a very big shock compared to the 99
gap,
Classic.
From this one to this one. Do you have another headphone like this coming made more affordable?
Yes, we are working. Our plan is, once we launch this, is to create different price points in between with different level of technology. The reason why we did this is because
to prove that you can do it.
To prove that we can do it.
They can do it.
And
here it is.
And because it's interesting. So the reason I started this whole headphone development process from the beginning was because I thought it's interesting. So it was never with the business side in mind first. It was always because I thought it's interesting. So the day I will not find it interesting, I will stop doing it.
Stop doing it.
Yes, because when you do it with passion, eventually somebody will like it. And they will appreciate it. And if people see that it's good and they appreciate it, somebody will buy it as well. So you don't have to be the biggest, the strongest in market share. But if you do something special with a lot of passion, for sure some people will see it and it will sell somewhat.
Okay.
And we're happy with that. This is our business philosophy. It's not about scaling up huge. It's about doing what we like for many years to come.
Okay, I do wish you the best of luck and the best of success for this product. And,
yeah,
I mean, the other one, the success is already done. Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
thank you for getting to France and see France in a sunny day. I wish you the best.
Thank
really
you very
the
much.
best. I will be staying close to you to watch your product and hear your products. Voilà.
I'm
going to switch in French now. Voilà, c'est la fin de ce petit plateau télé avec ce monsieur extraordinaire présentant toute sa philosophie autour des casques Meze. On se retrouve avec un autre intervenant dans peu de temps qui est Nura, avec Nuraphone, et des trucs à dire également. A bientôt sur le plateau ici télé des Soundez. Thank you sir, thank you again. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.